Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Did I make you jump then? Hello, Joaquin and Lucas, Eric, Red and Chuck. How are you doing? Joaquin and Lucas want Lightning McQueen to win, and Red and Chuck want Markus Krankzler to win. So today we are at round, well, you know exactly what round we're on. We are on round 15, guys. 15. Penultimate before the last race of the season. Can the iCar win a fourth straight win? Sixth of the season? Can Marcus finally get that fifth win? Or can Bobby Swift, the rookie, win another race? Hey, the guy. How are you doing? So today we are at the fictional 8-bowl Super Speedway. 2.5 mile figure of 8. Hello, Bowler. Hello, Edgar. Rare Edgar appearance during a Piston Cup race. Very rare. Very rare. You're obviously not busy enough. So, yes, we are at the 8-bowl Super Speedway. Don't worry. They don't meet in the middle and start crashing. There is a bridge that they go underneath and over. So, you'll be happy to know Bobby Swift is on the pole. Todd Marcus second. Leadfoot in third, iCar fourth, D'Agostino in fifth place. So as you can see by the table there, it's very, very close at the top. iCar needs to win both the last two races to even attempt that championship. Leadfoot just needs to stay in the top 10 for the next two races. And he is probably most likely going to win it, or unless Marcus wins the next two. It could all change at the top, couldn't it? But anyway, let's get rid of that. We don't want to see that. Let's go down. Who is at the bottom of the table? Hello, Brian. Good evening, sir. So, Roadtesta is at the bottom. And unfortunately, Krankzler is in 6th place. So, Red and Chuck, you may have a chance here. You may have a chance of winning this race. Lightning McQueen is in 9th. So, without further ado, let's go trackside and get this race underway.
Drivers, start your engines!
Yeah, you certainly do. But that background you made was awesome. I'm going to use that on Monday. See how it goes down, if you know what I mean. So, the drivers have started their engines and we are off out of the pits. Very, very weird pit road here. As you can see, they come down on to the main track. On to, well, out of the pits, I suppose. Who is going to win this championship? It's just so hard to predict. Darren Leadfoot top, but he is only, he's not that far behind, he's not that far in front of Marcus. So this championship could be ending up between them two. Marcus is in second on the grid. So technically, Leadfoot, who's in third, could punch above his weight here and jump ahead of Bobby Swift. But I doubt it's going to happen. I think today's win is going to be... Let it sink in for a while. Okay. Fair enough. I like it. So here we go. We're going to have a green flag. And there it is. Green, 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 green. We are off for the 8-bowl. It is the 15th round of the Piston Cup. Who is going to win today? My money is on Bobby Swift. Yeah, I'll let the background sink in and see what everyone says. So Bobby Swift leading, but Darren Leadfoot going low around this bowl course. looking to make a breakthrough at the front already. There is the spectator cam. You can see the track in a little bit more detail and see how big it actually is. It's very, very large, as you can see as they come down to the start finish line and complete a lap already. So already into lap 2 of 80 here today. There you go, Darren Leadfoot leading. Okay, I like this track already. I love outside pit lanes. So do I. I think it's pretty cool, and I think there should be more tracks like that. Puts an edge on it, doesn't it? So it's like Marcus is now coming into form. D'Agostino there as well. Been in and around the top 6 all season. Your money is on iCar, the guy. Well, you can't not... what's the word? You can't deny the fact that the iCar has been in 3rd, 4th most of the races this season, and then comes first, and a lovely move down the bottom. Looks like it's the fastest part of the track as the high cars are slowing up. Marcus now in the lead here at the 8-bowl track. Ponchy is in 7th, you never know, worse things have happened. He's gone high this time though. But Marcus currently leading on lap 3. Very, very big track here. Probably one of the biggest, I suppose. 2.5 miles, quite big. One of the biggest, so we use. And then obviously on Tuesday night, it's the last one. It's the last round of the Piston Cup, guys, and it's at Indianapolis. So iCar finally gets into the lead. They come down the straight. I love that action there. So fly underneath the bridge, under the camera, and fly all the way round. Speeds of 191 the iCar's doing. Not sure they're going to get any higher here because it's quite banked. It's all about speed on the banks. As we know, you slow down on the banks, you fall down. Is this a pack racing type of track? Yeah, I suppose so. I've done a few tests on it with other car sets, and they all seem to like pack race for about 10 laps, and then you get the front guys mooching off, and it usually ends with about 4 or 5 cars just literally racing to the end. Because it's such a big track, a lot of cars do fall out and issues happen with the cars. And there seems to be a lot of what's the word? Car failures in this track. Engines going wrong, or pistons going wrong, or something. So that'd be interesting to see. D'Agostino now in 2nd place. Ralph Carlo, Eric says. Ralph Carlo. He also said Todd as well, so I'm intrigued to see who wins. But the Guy and Brian both on the iCar. Hello. Oh, where have you gone? Oh, okay. Never mind. Fair enough. Someone put a message up and it just disappeared, or unless I was reading something else. I don't know. Okay. Hello, anyone? Hello, goodbye. Cool. Anyway, iCar leading on lap 6 here. It's already a car struggling at the back. And there he is, buck-bearingly buckling up the back there. Not good. As they all fly round. There's Highbanks and Gearings, Lane Locke. There's Brick Yardley, a one-time winner in one of the Piston Cup races. Hi Rhett, how are you? There is Cal Weathers. There's Mr. Throttleman, the Dud. Brakeston. There is Ralph Carlo down in 21st. What a bad end to the season he's having. Really bad. Considering he's, what, 6th in the table? So, pretty bad. There's is Mulvhill, always in and about. Getting into the top 10 now of this race. As you can see, we were with Sparky Boy. There's Mr. Ponchy in 9th. Krankzler is in 8th place. Bobby Swift now way out in, it's like 9th there. To be honest, falling way back considering he had a pole position. Hello Beazle, how are you? Don't worry mate, it's just getting hot. It's really hot here actually in the UK. It's like 82 degrees here today. Sweating unbelievably. The problem with this country is it's humid. When it gets hot you just literally drip. It's awful. But nice at the same time. It's blue sky, but you know, we can sort of go out, we're going food shopping and stuff like that. So it's not too bad. It could be nice. It could all be locked up and the key thrown away until it all clears up, couldn't it really? Oh, too many fish sandwiches. Yeah, that's going to hurt. Oh, what sort of fish was it? Oh, tuna fish sandwiches. One of my favourites. Todd Marcus leading. Now the iCar goes in the front. And Bobby Swift has made a comeback by the looks of things to the front of the grid. As you can see, the pack is starting to spread out a little bit more. At the moment, touchwood, no cautions. We're on lap 9, not even into 10 yet. It's, as I said, a rather large track as they all come down the start-finish line. Bobby Swift hot on the tail of that white iCar. The iCar needs to win both these races, this one and the next, to have any chance of winning the championship. He's won 5 races this season, but he needs to win 2 more, which is going to be hard because he's on so much form and the pressure will be on, I'm sure. Let's go inside with the iCar. Yeah, I hope you feel better too, Beazle. Definitely. Hi, Fork. How are you, mate? You've been playing Beam recently? So, iCar loses that first place to Todd Marcus, who goes back in the lead. And we still have a big pack racing, but these front guys will start disappearing very shortly, I'm sure. As we're getting a bit of a pack at the back as well. Todd Marcus being chased down by the rookie. Look at this, we've got a 5 straight line going on here as they spread out when they come down the straight, trying to find any position. Todd Marcus defending really well there, but didn't look like enough. It was enough. He's still in the lead as he gives himself a bit of a gap, bit of a breathing space from them cars behind. Really hot on his tail. Darren Leadfoot in 3rd. Probably only needs to finish in 10th the next 2 races, and he'll probably win the championship, which I find a bit weird considering he's only won one race this season. No cautions as of yet if you're just joining us, which is unusual. And Eric says, yeah, Todd. Yes, go Todd. I'd love to see Todd Marcus win this championship, him or the iCar. I don't want Darren Leadfoot to win it because he's only won 1 race, and I just find that absurd. So it's the only reason, even though Green's my favourite colour. So, a bit odd. But it looks like he's about to take the lead. I spoke too soon. Nearly had a 3 wide then around there as Todd Marcus now goes into the lead. I think we're going to have about 15 different leaders this race. It's going to be one of those, isn't it? So they come down that start finish line again. They get really close to that pit wall every single time. Really worries the hell out of me big time. But they seem to miss it. Fortunately, lap 14, iCar goes back into the lead. And as you can see, they're starting to disperse from that group as they get faster. the cars behind getting slower, not being able to keep up. And obviously certain cars will be saving themselves, as Lightning McQueen nearly gets stuffed into the inside wall there, but luckily pulled up and didn't get hurt. So now we're starting to see a bit of a line at the front of this race where we have all the top guys chasing down, and we got a 3 wide. Whoa, that was lovely. That looks like a nice formation lap, that did. Look at that. Lovely driving. Really, really nice driving there. I do like watching this camera sometimes, because you do see a lot of the race. As you can see now, most of them cars are now beating away from the other cars, as Leadfoot regains the lead again. Could he win his second win of the season here? Could he win the next two? Could he win this and the next race? Which would change my opinion of him. Eric's supporting everyone. I love it across the board. I will say this though, if anyone crashes on this track on one of them bends, that's going to hurt, because they are really shifting 190 around them turns. They go up the wall, they're going to fly. Literally fly. It's going to be like an Austin Dillon catch fence incident. So no pits as of yet, 80 laps here. I am suspecting maybe pits around lap 20, 22 maybe, depending on what strategies they have got. Today there may be different strategies, as it's such a large track. They may fuel up a lot more, but not too sure. Maybe they have a few more pits than usual. So there you go, pit stops have begun. I can't, D'Agostino both stay out. Timed that pretty well really, didn't I? So most of the top guys are coming in, except for the iCar and D'Agostino. Everyone else is in, of course. Let's have a look if we got pit cam. Here they come down into the pit. So we are going to want to get Bobby Swift out and Todd Marcus out before Darren Leadfoot, who's going to have the fastest pit stop here today. Who will it be? Let's take a look who's going, who's not. Darren Leadfoot up first with his wheels and lowered first, and he's out. He was in first, he is out first. There you go, look at that. And Todd Marcus struggling with that car there, really, really struggling. Unfortunately, that is not good. I'm thinking 2 pit stops, maybe 4. Yeah, maybe 4. They pitted really early, didn't they? 18th laps, 19th lap, as the iCar comes flying round, as he is in the lead officially. Where is he? And there he is, up high, as everyone comes out of the pits. Currently leading this race. Will he get in the pits and out of the pits before Leadfoot and co come back round? So there you go, iCar goes in to the pits. Will he go in on his own? It looks like he's going in on his own. It looks like it's the only car. Oh no, there's someone behind him as well. I was going to say that'd be D'Agostino, of course, but yeah, very, very odd. So now we need to see if he can get out before the other boys get around, as Darren Leadfoot is in 9th place. Can he get in and out quicker then I can get a pizza delivered. Let's have a look. All spread out now. Yes, big time. And there you go. He is out. Out, out, out. He's a bit like Elton John. He's out, but how long he'll stay out, I don't know. So here we go. Let's have a look. Let's see what happens as he comes down. Who's going to come round? It doesn't look like it. It looks like he gets out before. There you go. Look at that. And we have a pace car. We have a pace car, guys. Looks like we have an incident. Don't know who it was. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Looking interesting. Oh! Oh! So what happened there? Let's take a look at this. They flied out. It's Lightning McQueen there. So it's just going on before. So it's looks like it was Castlenut. Look at this. Look, they come down with Dud and Castlenut. Oh yeah, they hit outside the pits. Oh, Ponchy Wipeout. Oh, and Sparky gets him as well. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Ouch, ouch, and ouch. Literally, let's have another look at that from a different angle. That's gonna hurt. Did not see that happening at all. Look, they come out. Look at this. Oh, 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 oh. Nasty, and it's another touch by Todd Marcus, who's coming out of the pits as well by the looks of things, or must have gone low. I think he'd gone low. So let's have a look as they come out of the pits. See what happens. So they come out together. Dud needs to get some space. He pushes him into the wall. So it's definitely Castlefoot's fault. Castlenut, sorry. That's definitely a Kyle Busch move. 100% yellow flag out. No doubt about that. That is your race over, I believe. So, wow, that was pretty impressive. So, where is everyone on the track now? There is the I car. We still have a yellow out. Could be on a yellow for a while. Big track, don't forget. Oh, and there's another collision. Oh! Did you see that? What happened there? What happened with Bobby Swift and Cables? And look, they go low, bang. Oh! Ouch! What was that about? Yeah, I think you've had it. Oh, that can't be good, can it? So who is actually in the lead then? The number 64 is currently in the lead. Mr. Miller is leading this race. Wow, Bobby Swift. Jeez. I can't in second. Look at all the lap behind now. Look at this. So Wipeout is out. Sparky's out. Castlenut is out. I'm sure Bobby Swift will be out as well. And I've got a funny feeling the iCar may be out. Because he did hit that car pretty hard. D'Agostino in third. Krankzler in fourth place. Revler in fifth. And Ralph Carlos sixth. Gearings seventh. And the last person on the lead lap is Lane Locke. So incredible scenes here. Two crashes in the space of so many minutes. We won't know what's going on until they get back over the start finish line. Wow. So we believe that it's the number 64 leading this race, and the iCar in second, but not too sure. Now he's still in it. He's not gone into the pits, or unless he has, and we just don't know. But that was not good at all. Very, very shocking scenes. They go over the start-finish line. Things will change. Yellows are off. So where does everyone drop to? Looks like the iCar will still be in second place. So we have a complete change of circumstances at the front of this race. We have, we only have 8 cars on the lead lap. Wow, did not see that happening. And the obviously Darren Leadfoot down in 18th now, so that could be a good thing. Todd Marcus is in 25th. Bobby Swift is 2 laps behind. I think Hill's race will be over. So it's left to the iCar and Agostino. Ralph Carlo is in 6th, which is good. I'm sure a few of you will be happy with that. Oh, that was a crazy 5 minutes. McQueen is in 34th, yet, but they are on a lap behind, so it was all to do with that pit stop. It messed everyone up. Never seen that happen on this track before. That was deflating for sure. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? It really was. It was a good race up until then, and things just went a bit sparko for a little bit. So here we go. The green flag will come out, and we will restart. There it is, green, 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 green. We are back in it to win it. Here we go, back into the race. iCar looks like he is struggling, going very, very slow. Maybe he's got issues with that car as well. Oh, not good. So we need to go to the leader of this race, which is Mr. Miller, who's leading the 8-bowl race, the 15th round of the Piston Cup. Who would have thought it? iCar well at the back now. Really, really bad. A lot more cars back on the lead lap, which is good. Just a few more to get back on that lead lap. But we have Mr. Miller leading on lap 25 as they all go around very, very nice now. iCar really struggling with that car. I think, I believe he may eventually pull out of this race, but Bobby Swift's still in it, 2 laps behind, but he is still in the race, which is good. But I'm not too keen on the iCar's chances now, guys. So it's weird, they've already come over this. They were going over the start-finish line now, won't they? So I'm sure the iCar will drop places very, very quickly. Let's have a look who goes into the lead. So it's still... So iCar's still in second, which is pretty weird. So far behind. And everyone else seems to be trying to catch up on laps. We have 19 cars now on the lead lap with Darren Leadfoot back on it. Ralph Carlo is in it, but he's way, way down low. But not too sure what's going on with the iCar. But I would assume that he is in second, and that's the reason why he's sitting back. He doesn't need to keep up with these boys. That's all I can guess, really. Because Agostino is with him as well, I think. Agostino is up the front there, as you can see. Well at the front. iCar is nowhere to be seen. Not sure what's going on with him. But we're currently watching the leader, Mr. Miller, at the moment. Darren Leadfoot coming up the grid very, very quickly. Cow coming out of the pits there could cause an incident here. Hopefully not. We don't want that. So it will come around nice and smooth there. Let's have a look to see where the iCar is. So there he is. He's behind number 33. And what speed is he doing? He's only doing 172. Maybe there is issues with that car. Who knows as they come over the start-finish line again. Obviously iCar can now take it easy because these boys have all got to get back round to get past him. So, believe it or not, that's what's happened. The iCar is still second. Agostino's third. So these guys all here, except for Miller, have all got to catch up with the iCar, who's way at the back, but not technically. Bit of a weird one, I know, but that's how it is. So, yeah, iCar is just pacing himself, I think. There is Mr. Ralph Carlo. There he is. Oh, sorry. Pressed the wrong button. Oh, there's Lightning McQueen. There's Todd Marcus. There is Mr. Leadfoot now. Down in... wow. He's down in 18th now. So, no, he's not. That's just changed again. He's down 21st on the back lap again. So, he is back on that lap behind. Confused? I am. But anyway... Where is iCar? He is in second, but way ahead. There's Agostino, who's in third. There's Todd. There's Bobby Swift. And there is the iCar, running in second place on his own with the Throttleman Dud. So, very interesting. Them boys will start to catch this iCar and overtake him, I'm sure. It's this man who will probably get to him first, because I can't imagine Miller's going to get to him, who's running in first place. Who's got the fastest lap? It's Darren Leadfoot's got the fastest lap at the moment. So, very odd what's going on. But there you go, that's the way it is. iCar's 28 seconds behind Miller, who's in that pack somewhere. Agostino in third, who's actually leading that pack, which is proper weird. We only have 12 cars on the lead lap. What a race this is. Very odd circumstances, but I've seen it before. It has happened in real life. I've seen this, so you know, you get this situation happening with pit stops and cars having to catch up with the front row and all sorts. Bobby Swift and Cow at the back, 2 and 3 laps behind. That's Bobby Swift's race over. To be honest with you, as we come over the start-finish line, and the iCar's now 32 seconds behind, so they are catching him, and they will get very shortly. There's Bobby Swift. There is the iCar and Dud Throttleman. Dud Throttleman is down in 29th. iCar can't get past him at all. So imagine if only Max Ryan down are the only race to finish the race. How cool would that be? How cool. Bobby Swift now overtaking the iCar. So there's definitely issues with that car. He did have a big smash. I think it's his race over as well. He may be in second, but he is getting caught by this pack of wolves here, and then you've got another pack of wolves behind them. So it's literally like a fox hunting away. They are catching 36 now, so they've dropped it down to 6 seconds. There's only a 6-second gap between Agostino and the 84 car of the iCar, and they'll all get back into order then, I hope. There you go, you can see them in the background as the iCar comes down. Now will the iCar start to race, or is his race actually over? Was the damage done, and is it game over for him? Marconi iCar, I like that. Marconi iCar. I thought it was Mac iCar. It's Mac. I just thought it was Mac iCar. Is it Marconi, is it? There we go. There is iCar. They will now overlap him. I'm sure, you know, the iCar's got to pull something out of the bag for this to work in his favour. Nope, he's just too slow as that Truncan fresh Agostino flies past. Obviously Bobby Swift as well. It's going to get taken over, and Mr. Miller is in that backpack there, who's in the lead, so that is a bit of an odd situation. Mr. McQueen is in 18th place Matthias. 18th place, so pretty not bad, but could be a lot better for the ex-champ. Not the ex-champ, but the champ before that. Ryan Shields won last season and retired at the top. So things will change. There you go. The iCar goes into third now. Agostino into second. The iCar drops suddenly way down into 11th place. Still on the lead lap, but in 11th place. Unfortunate for him. I think his race is over as well. And I think we may have a different winner today, guys, as the last 14 races, there it is, and the last 3 races have been won by the iCar, who is well out of it now. Ralph Carlo down in 24th on a back lap, so not good for him. The iCar is still on a lead lap in 11th. Agostino is literally flying away with this. He has to get back round and catch up with Miller to overtake him. He's 42 seconds behind Miller, who's just behind him on the grid. So I think this may be down to pit stops maybe again. Lap 37, maybe we'll have some more pit stops coming soon. Where is Miller? There's our leader, who's 42 seconds ahead of Agostino. So a bit of a weird one. And obviously behind him we have the 36 car, which, well, let's have a look. Where is the 36 car? There's Mr. Meeker, so he's behind, and he's going in the pits. So he is going in the pits. Who else? Agostino's carried on, and Miller's carried on. Okay, so this is where things will get a bit tasty. We have pit stops happening, which means, unfortunately, guys, I'm going to have to put it into this view, because I need to see if a yellow happens when they come out of the pits again. But this could change things, because Agostino will probably go in on this lap, and so will Miller, which could put Agostino into first place. Maybe, or unless he carries on round and lets Miller go in first, and then he continues on. That could be a good move. Maybe iCar down in 21st now on a back lap. Agostino stays out, so Miller's going in. Miller is going into the pits. So now Agostino has to get around this track before Miller comes out. But it's not going to happen because Agostino's going to have to go into the pits. They all come out the pits now. Just watching this screen just in case we have any yellows that we miss. Because we did miss one last time on lap 23, was it, I think? 22, I think. You wish McQueen would win, so do I. I wish he'd win, you know, he's going to be retiring probably, and hasn't won a race all season. I've been just so hoping he's going to win one, but he just can't seem to do it. So Agostino does go into the pits now. Not sure what that will mean with Miller. Miller's probably already out and on his way back round. So Agostino's going to have to be very, very quick here. Very, very quick. Let's go to the larger view and take a look. So there he goes into the pits. Agostino is just coming in. There he is. And so we're going to be looking for that car of Mr. Miller coming flying round, who's in first place. At least then, if they catch up with each other, we can have a nice little race going on until the end. So Agostino out, 44 seconds behind Miller. Proper weird. All messed up due to the pit stops and that crash. So, but no caution yet. So there you go. That is changed. See, that pit stop has changed everything, guys. Everything's now back to normal. We haven't got a yellow, have we? Is there a yellow? Just look at the lights quickly. Nope, no yellow. Okay, sorry. So everything's now gone back to normal, thank God. because that pit stop and crash really messed things up. So we got Miller in the lead, we got Clutchen in second, we got Leadfoot in third, and obviously Agostino is down in 8th place now. So we need to catch up with Mr. Miller, the 64 car, who's leading this race. It looks like Clutchen's now got ahead of him. No, he hasn't. Nope. So Miller's in the lead, Clutchen behind him. Darren Leadfoot is in third. And obviously you've got Todd Marcus in 6th. So as they all come out of the pits, this is where things could get a bit messy. Let's hope not. The rookie here will be so happy if he wins this. So happy, and I'll be happy for him. But it'd be nice to see someone different to win. It'll also be nice to see a rookie win, of course. So there you go, it all updates again. Back to a lap down, all to do with pit stops obviously, and Agostino goes back into 3rd place, 44 seconds behind Mr. Miller. So yeah, I was right, it was how it should be. And there's Miller coming up close behind Agostino. So, whoa, and there was a little bit of a touch there. A very close touch. That could have been game over for both of them then. But it would have got all the cars back together. So we could do with a yellow really. But I don't think we're going to get one too evenly spread out now. As we go into lap 43. Agostino in 3rd, Clutchen in 2nd, and Miller in 1st. What a turn of events this has been for all the drivers. Completely different set of circumstances to what we're used to here on Justly. And there's Bobby Swift. So Darren Leadfoot back on that lap behind. There's Ralph Carlo in 11th. And then we go down. We've got Lightning McQueen in 26th, Todd Marcus in 21st. iCar down in 29th, and then you've got Bobby Swift, you've got the Dud Throttleman, you've got Cow all on a 2 lap behind. So iCar now goes to 1 lap behind, but way down at the back. Who's still leading the fastest lap? So it's still Mr. Leadfoot. Yeah, Rex Revler is in 9th. Dirkson, I'm coming for you, Bruce. So this is the reason why I threw this track into this season, because it is such an odd one. It is a really odd one. Things happen and it just changes the course of the race. And I think it needed it because, let's be honest, iCar's won the last 3 races and it's getting a bit like Formula 1, you know, the same person winning. So this has sort of mixed things up a little bit, which means the last race of the season could be where we get the champion. Because I thought it was going to be this race actually. I thought Darren Leadfoot was going to win and win the championship today. But now I think we may have to go to Indy and find out who's going to win. So it looks like Agostino is going to get lapped in a minute as well, as Cal Weathers goes into pits having issues with that car. Agostino will be on a back lap if that number 64 car overtakes him. It'll change the circumstances for him at big time, unfortunately. But that is just the way the cookie crumbles, I'm afraid. No Welcher moment from them today, as Agostino goes out wide and Miller goes low, hoping to catch that Truncan fresh car, get a lap over him, then be out in the lead on his own. So we have 3 cars on the lead lap on lap 47. We've got 33 to go. Long way to go with 3 cars on the lead lap, guys. I hope you're prepared, because that's just at the moment. There could be a massive crash soon and it could change things completely. That's what I like about this. There could just be anything can happen and it can change with a flick of a switch. As it looks like Miller's pulling up away from D'Agostino, who's 46 seconds behind Miller, but Miller's behind him. It's odd, isn't it? I thought Miller was going to go back in the pits then for a second. So D'Agostino's dropping back himself. Dud Throttleman in front of him, struggling to get past, as we've got a bit of a two-way going on here around this turn. Nothing major. Bruce, hey, get out of my way. Get out of my way, Bruce. Oh, look at Dud's car. Oh, nasty. Need a new facelift after that, mate. Nicely driving around here in formation like the Red Arrows display team. 5 cars now on the lead lap. Everyone chasing down these leaders just to get back on the lead lap. It's quite funny, isn't it? But Brian is all strapped in. Wow, he is strapped in and ready to go. And it looks like there was a bit of a touch from Toe Cap. And the Toe Cap car and Dud Throttleman, Jack DePost and Dud touching then could have been game over. Both cars. As we're now getting cars all catching up with one another. As you can see, we've got 7 cars on the lead lap now, so that's a good thing. More cars getting on it, but they're so far behind Miller, 47 seconds behind, and they're lapping 46 seconds, so he's a lap, literally just over a lap in front. So quite amazing really how that happened. But I think it was all to do with that crash, and that second crash with Swift. So this guy cannot seem to get past D'Agostino, who's moved well up now. There's the iCar still in this race for some weird reason. I thought he was going to be out of it due to the fact that he had a big crash in the front of that car. But even Miller goes past him now. He's really struggling in the iCar today. Unfortunately, I don't think he's going to make one of his comebacks like he has done in the past. So there you go, cars all coming back onto that lead lap, but just so far behind. And it will all be to do with Mr. Miller here, because if he goes in the pits, they're all going to have to get around before he gets out. And I just don't think it's going to be possible. Let's go on board with him. Good thing to note is that this track was not made by a modder. It was actually made by Papyrus. When they brought this game out, I think 6 months to a year later, they brought an extra 3 tracks out, but made up tracks, of course. They weren't real life tracks. Hillside was one, 8 Ball was one, and Papyrus is another one. So this track is actually made by them. So, and if you notice, of all their tracks, they're very cautious. They make them very, very calm. They don't do too much with them. But this thing, they really went to town with, because there's so much close racing going on. And it is pack racing, isn't it? Because they're all packing up. And that pit stop messed things up. So it's like a real race in a way. So they really did do a number on this track and made it really well. Really, really well. But I suppose when it comes to fictional tracks, the board is open to whatever you suggest, isn't it? Because you're just making it up as you go along. Looks like we've got another set of round of pits coming up by the looks of things. Cars going in. I thought it'd be a bit early for another round of pits, but who knows? Depends what strategy everyone is on. Ralph is in 8th place now. Ralph is in 8th place, but on the lap behind. Agostino goes up 2 seconds, so he'll be very, very happy with that. He needs to stay there. He's now got it down to 43 seconds, so he has sped off a little bit, but again, we're still leading with this guy here, which is an odd one because I don't know much about him. I haven't got many things to say about him because I don't know nothing about him. So there's just a couple of guys going in the pits there. If you know anything about Mr. Miller, then you know, let me know, because don't really know much about him. So Agostino's still out, lap 55. 25 to go. Will this stay as it is? Will Mr. Miller win his first ever race? Will we have a different podium finish today? But then saying that, Agostino did come third last time, didn't he? I think. Let's have a look at my my notes. No, he didn't. No, he come third in round 12 and 13. Miller come third last time, so Miller come third in the last race, so maybe he's due a win. You know, he's proven himself. Very, very well done from him, coming up as a rookie, doing pretty well, but again he's not gone into the pits this time round. I think it's one of those days, Brian. I think it's a day where the young lads can show themselves. So here we go then. He goes into the pits. The leader is in the pit stops. Or in the pit lane, going towards the pit stops, I should say. It's Clutchburn and Carlo with him. There they go. As the cars continue on, Agostino now has got to throw himself around this track. But I think he'll go into the pits as well. And there he is. That is our current leader, guys. Mr. Miller leading this race on lap 57. Bruce Miller is in the lead. Mr. Bruce. G'day, Bruce. So my Australian impression is not good, so I do apologise if any Aussies are watching. My impression is not the best. So here we go then. What does this mean for Agostino? Is he coming around or not? Has he gone into the pits? He's 44 seconds behind. There he is. Nope, that's not him. Sorry, that's not him at all. So Agostino still down in second place, 42 seconds behind. So has he gone into the pits? Let's have a look. Yep, he's in the pits. So that's probably why he didn't have enough to go back round and catch up with the number 15 car, who's actually leading. Mr. Clutchen now is actually leading this race. So Mr. Miller has been pushed off his... Oh no, Clutchen's in the pit stops. Interesting. And Darren Leadfoot's in second. So this is where it all gets messed up again, you see. Because they come in the pits over the start-finish line. And it all gets messed up. As Miller comes round, he'll want to get in front of these boys. It's in second, Leadfoot in third. They need to get out before the... Oh! No yellow. No yellow. I think someone had a popped tyre. I think that was a popped tyre. So here they come back round. Anyone else going to get in front of them? There's Leadfoot coming out. There's Todd Marcus coming out. Nicely done. So will they stay on it? That was a pretty bad... Oh, yeah, that's still... Oh, that's a yellow. That has got to be a yellow. There's no doubt about that. Just want to make sure. See the flashing lights? Yeah, definitely. So let's take a look at that then. That will now change things, hopefully. That was that. Oh, no. No, that wasn't D'Agostino involved in that, was it? Let's go to these cars here. And let's take a look. So we need to go in front. And it was Dud, the Throttleman, and D'Agostino by the looks of things. Let's have a look. Dud comes round. Gets hit. Oh, ow. Unlucky, D'Agostino. You did not need to get involved with that. Other than that, that wasn't that bad. That could have been a lot worse, but it could have, you know, that wasn't that bad actually, to be fair. So, where is the number 64? There he is. We are on a caution, ladies and gents. Another caution, second caution of the race. Lap 60, 58 minutes we've been running. Bruce Miller is in the lead. Reb Meeker second. Clutchen is in third. Chip Gearings fourth. Revler in fifth. Rodcap in sixth. Krankzler in seventh. Jack DePost in eighth. That is Cables in ninth. And Darren Leadfoot in 10th. D'Agostino has officially retired out of the race. And they all go into the pits. Oh, that was close. Dud Throttleman has retired as well, by the looks of things. But we still have a leader here, which is Mr. Bruce Miller. The one and only Bruce. Here lies Dirkson's hopes and dreams. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, guys. So this will now bring everyone back up to normal, except for the guys on the back lap. But it would help Darren Leadfoot, that's for sure. Could he potentially win the championship from this yellow? Could this be game over for everyone else? Well, Joe Quinn, let's hope he does. It would be nice to end on a high for him. But I'm not going to hold out as Darren Leadfoot moves up to 4th now in the drivers' table. And I think now this season will be over if he stays there, most certainly. Todd Marcus is there, but he's over a minute behind. There is the iCar down in 25th, and Bobby Swift's hopes of a championship for a rookie. I think this will be game over. So there is the official table for you. You can obviously work it out amongst yourselves if you want, but I think if Darren Leadfoot finishes where he is, everyone else finishes out of the top 10, I think it will basically be his today. I can't imagine anyone else catching up with him now. So it looks like we're going to start on lap 64. Lap 64 as all the boys come round to catch up with the leader. There's Mr. Leadfoot. He will be very happy to be where he is now after what's gone on. Let's have a look. Let's go down. So Agostino's out, of course. Ralph's retired, yeah. Dud's out, Ponchy's out. So we've got a few cars out now. Unfortunately, that's how things happen. But at least we'll have a race on our hands now, because we've got Darren Leadfoot back at the front. And he is obviously leading the championship, and he will want to win this race to cement his place at the top of the league. And I can't imagine these boys at the front are going to hold him back. I just don't think they're fast enough. So here we go. The green will come out. There it is. Green, 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 green. We are back on for lap 64 of round 15 of the Piston Cup. It is now up to Darren Leadfoot, and it is in his hands now to get to the front of this grid and show the world he is Piston Cup champion. So Lightning McQueen moving on up, but he is on a back lap, so ignore him. We're looking at 64, 00, number 15, and 82 and 73 are the cars up the top of this race. Leadfoot falling back, but still in fourth, but no, I don't think he will be once we get over the start-finish line. But the number 64 car, Mr. Miller, come third last race. He could potentially go on to win his first race here. Well done, Mr. Rookie. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Long way to go yet. 65 laps, 15 to go. Darren Leadfoot goes into 6th place. 6th place. Oh, we've got a car coming out. Could be dangerous. Could be dangerous. But luckily, no one touched him or hit him, thank God. Lightning McQueen well up the bum of Miller there. Not having any issues. Leadfoot's fallen way back, to be honest. A lot further than I expected him to. And we go over the start-finish line again. Where is he now? Is he down 10th maybe? 7th, so not that bad. Oh no, 8th. 8th place, wow. So he has fallen back a long way. Agostino, where is Agostino's out, of course. So it's between it's between let's have a look. This race we're on lap 67. It's between Miller, Krankzler and DePost. Who said Krankzler earlier? Who said it? Someone did. Because you could potentially have a winner on your hands here, guys. Whoever picked them. Good pick, because he's second at the moment. Who would have thought it? Krankzler in second place in this lot. Look at it. It's like a bad traffic jam. It's just no one knows where anyone is. They're just racing for the fun of it now. It's like watching horse racing. No one knows who's leading until they get to the start-finish line. But Krankzler is in second. Jack DePost in third. We have the rookies leading this race, and it's Red and Chuck who predicted a Krankzler win. Can he catch up with that number 64 car, who's only 0.55 seconds ahead? It's doable. 68th lap, very doable. So Darren Leadfoot is still in 8th. I think he knows that's where he needs to stay. And that will be enough to cement his leadership at the top, considering all the other cars are out of the top 10 that are competing with him at the top. So he could probably finish in 10th, and it will still help his cause a lot better than the other guys on the track at the moment. It looks like Miller's still leading, and Krankzler's a long way behind from catching him, that's for sure. I just don't know if he's going to be able to do it. Lap 70 begins. There is Mr. McQueen himself. Old and wiser. Not the car he once was, unfortunately. But what can you do? There is our leader, number 64, Mr. Bruce Miller, leading this race with pretty much ease. Fell into this position. Very well done from him. Was in the right place at the right time, and has led for a long time, and it looks like he's going to go on to win. 71 laps, 9 to go. I think you two should script the next film. That'd be awesome. Do you think they're going to make a Cars 4? Do you think it's going to happen? Do you think it's on the cards, maybe? So that number 6 car is now only 0.09 seconds behind Mr. Miller. He's not in the lead anymore, I do apologise. It's the number 36 car who's actually in the lead now. Reb Meeker currently leading. Didn't even see him go past, so I do apologise. So it's now Reb Meeker in charge, and Krankzler in second. And Mr. Miller is now in third place in front of Jack DePost. So we have a new leader, another rookie at the front. Very well done as Miller goes back into second. Mulvhill is in 5th, so that's good for him. Darren Leadfoot still in 8th place, but a lot of cars still on at that back lap, including Lightning McQueen, including the I-car, which is still in it for some reason, I don't know why, but he is. Bobby Swift is in 24th. It's all points, I suppose, but probably not enough to get them back up that championship table. Looks like Mr. Miller has gone back into the lead. Rev Meeker going up high, very, very high, and it goes all nice and quiet. Let's have a look as they go over the start-finish line. Yeah, Mr. Miller goes back into the lead. Bruce is back in the lead, guys, as Mulvhill moves up to 4th place. Is that Mulvhill? Yes, it is. So that could be an interesting one. Darren Leadfoot still in 8th place. So only 2 cautions so far. Another one here would really change things, but they probably wouldn't start until lap 77 again if it was to happen now. Maybe even lap 78, so we'd have a 2-lap sprint to the start-finish line. But it looks like Miller's now making a run for it. 0.44 seconds ahead of Reb Meeker now. Way ahead, and Krankzler falling behind to 0.53. He had it to like 0.11 at one stage, or 12, something like that. So he's falling way back. Miller is speeding up. There's Reb Meeker in there, the lovely pink car. Mulvhill in 5th. Jack DePost in 6th. So it's unusual to see these cars at the front of a grid. So do bear with me with the names. I do get caught out sometimes by the colours and the names. And the numbers, of course. So it's 4 to go, guys. 4 to go. Miller leading this race, and Krankzler's now brought that time down to 0.30, so he is catching. He is there. He's low. Now he'll be going high as he comes around this side. But I just don't think it's enough, as we had a little bit of a free wide there. The iCar had a crash, and it's just put him off completely this race. Should have retired, I think. But he hasn't. He's still racing on. But way behind Leadfoot in 7th place. Going in to lap 77. We have 3 laps to go, guys. 3 laps to go. I don't think no one predicted Bruce Miller though, did they? Lap 78 begins, we've got 2 to go, and Todd Marcus goes into the pits. We're not going to have some last minute pit stops here, are we? That would be an odd one. What a time to have some late pit stops. Bad strategies from the Marcus team there. Jack DePost in 3rd, he's in 4th now. Krankzler in 3rd place, he's number 6, he's in 3rd. And obviously you've got the number 11 car, Mr. Gearings, in 2nd. So pretty good from him. Very good from him. He's got clutch burn behind him. And there is our leader, who looks like he's too strong to be caught. Very too strong. Number 11 is 1.30 seconds behind, and we are going around towards lap 80. Will we have a last lap pit stop? Are these guys running out of fuel? Let's have a look. Looks like they have enough fuel to me, but maybe that will change with time. But I'm not sure, as we go towards lap 80. There it is. We are on lap 80 and we go towards the checkered flag. The next flag will be the checkered flag. This is it. Bruce Miller will get his first win. His first competitive win in the Piston Cup. Such a late time to win it, but nevertheless a win is a win. And he'll be very, very happy. Leadfoot down in 5th now. That will boost his chances of a championship win today. And that's it. Race over. Race complete. Bit of a sad one really. Bit of a sappy race. But Mike Jones just got here for that last brief lap. But there you go. Race over. We go to the standings and see what happened. And there it is. Mr. Miller wins his first win of the season. Team RPM. Bruce, I won. Gearings in 2nd place. What a race. Yeah, it was a bit of a funny one, wasn't it? Reb Meeker in 3rd. Krankzler in 4th. Rodcap in 5th. Leadfoot in 6th place. DePost in 7th. Clutchen in 8th. The last car on the lead lap. Lightning McQueen in 9th. You have not missed much, to be fair, except for a big crash in lap 23. Completely messed up the standings and everyone got a bit lost. Thank you, Brian. Thank you for coming by, mate. Do appreciate it a lot. Let's go to the official standings. So there you go. Eric thinks I'm the best. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, the guy. Thank you, Red and Chuck. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Bowler. Thank you, Matthias. Thank you, Edgar and Brian and anyone else that I've missed. Jock Quinn, thank you. Magnus as well. I'm sure I saw him earlier. But as you can see, the standings show a completely different picture now. Bobby Swift cannot win the championship in his first rookie season. But Todd Marcus can derail Darren Leadfoot. He can derail him. He has to win the next race. And Darren Leadfoot has to finish very, very low indeed. Leadfoot's way ahead. Thank you, Eric. Absolutely great. So let's have a look then. So he's 133 points behind. And there we have Miller led for 56 laps, got 185 points. Leadfoot got 155. So let's have a look. He needs to finish in 10th or more next race. And obviously Marcus has to finish in the top. Has to finish top, really. To be fair, he's 134 points behind. He needs to win first to third. He needs to get these 3 places. But Leadfoot only needs to come 10th and upwards to win the championship. See you tomorrow. Thank you, guys. Thank you all. Thank you very much. So there you go. iCar led for 11. Leadfoot led for 7. Marcus for 3rd. Meeker for 2. And Clutchen for 1. And we had 2 cautions for 8 laps. 14 lead changes over 6 drivers. And next up, the last round of the season, it's Indianapolis, the 2.5 mile speedway. Absolutely love this track. Cannot wait for that. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being here for so long. I do really appreciate it. Sorry it wasn't exciting as the last couple of races, but hopefully the Indy one will bring this championship to an end, and we'll either have a Darren Leadfoot or Todd Marcus champion. So it will be interesting. Thanks, guys. I hope wherever you are it's safe and you're very well and it's nice and warm like it is here. and I hope you all have a good evening or a good day. Todd Marcus Krankzler, sorry, before I go, is in Markus Krankzler is in 30th place in the table. He's in 30th place. Thanks guys, thank you for watching, and I shall see you tomorrow night where it's the Formula 1 tomorrow. Formula 1 World Championship at Brands Hatch. Take care guys, good night, and let the wisdom be with you.